Hello, everybody. Hello, dear students. I hope you are safe. All you are taking precautions. We are fighting against COVID 19. Whenever you are going outside, keep safe distancing. Wash your hands with liquid soap. You can use sanitizer and always wear mask. Today, I'm going to start with SYBSE Zoology, paper second. This paper includes life processes. So these life processes are included in 3 units in this paper: study of nutrition and excretion, respiration, control and coordination, locomotion and reproduction. These are the units in the paper second of zoology. Today I am going to start with unit number 1. The name of the unit is study of nutrition and excretion. So first, about what is the nutrition and what is the excretion. So nutrition is what? You know that each and every animal on this earth which required food. The food is required for production of energy, then their daily activities, that is metabolic activities, tissue repair, as well as the normal growth of the individual. There is a requirement of food, and that is called as a nutrition. So for the digestion of the food, excretion of the food, intake of the food, assimilation of the food, there is a requirement of a system. And this system, which is called as the digestive system as well as alimentary canal. So in this topic, number 1, comparative study of nutritional apparatus. In invertebrates, there are different types of the animals with different types of nutritional apparatus. So you know that nutrition means living organism need food to support their body. Food determines the health and life of organism. Food consisting carbohydrates, proteins, fats and fibers. Nutrition is essential as it supplies energy for all metabolic activities and for tissue repair as well as the normal growth of the individual. So there are different types of the nutritions are there. So in case of the invertebrates, the nutritions are different types. The nutrition which is 2 types. One is the autotrophic nutrition. The second one is the heterotrophic nutrition. So what is autotrophic nutrition? So whenever the animal required food, they are taking food from the outside. Some animals, they are producing their own food in the body. So those animals which are producing their own food inside the body, they are called as autotrophs. And the nutrition is called as the autotrophic nutrition. The autotrophs are organisms which manufacture food from the inorganic components like carbon dioxide, ammonium nitrates, etc. And the external source of the energy is sunlight, or in some cases there is a certain types of the chemicals. They are using these chemicals as well as the solar energy. They are trapping the energy and producing their food inside the body. They are called as the autotrophs. This autotrophic nutrition, there is synthesis of organic compounds occurs from carbon dioxide and water using sunlight. Chlorophyll or other similar pigment which is also used by the plants as well as the animals. The example of these autotrophic animals, the example is Euglena. Euglena is the protozoal animal. In the body of the Euglena, there is a chloroplast. So with the help of this chloroplast, the Euglena is producing their own food inside the body. Volvox is the another example, and certain types of the bacteria which are also doing autotrophic nutrition. There is another type of a nutrition is a chemoautotrophic nutrition. So chemo means the use of a chemical. The synthesis of organic compounds occurs from carbon dioxide and water using chemical processes for deriving energy. The chemical process includes oxidation of compounds such as hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, and iron. So they are producing their food with the help of the chemicals. So chemoautotrophic nutrition. This is found in the certain type of bacteria, few flagellate protozoan animal like Chilomonas. So Chilomonas is the protozoal animal. They are producing their food in the body with the help of a certain types of chemicals. The another type of a nutrition is the heterotrophic nutrition. So what is a heterotrophic nutrition? Which animals are called as the heterotrophs? Rather than the autotrophs, the other animals are heterotrophs. So these heterotrophs which are unable to manufacture their own food in the body, and hence they are depend on the other organisms like plants and other animals to obtain their nutrition or obtain their food. This category is further divided into holozoic nutrition. This heterotrophic nutrition, which is different types. The first one is the holozoic nutrition. So what is holozoic nutrition? The nutrients are obtained by feeding on other organisms. So you know that right from the protozoa to mammalia and the insectivorous plants like pitcher plant, from the protozoa to mammalia, some animals are herbivores, some animals are carnivores, some animals are omnivores. All these animals, they are depend on the other animals for food. You can take example of a crab. The crabs are depend on the other animal for food. You can take example of any invertebrate animal. They are, rather than the autotrophs, they are depend for food on the other animals. So they are heterotrophs, and they are having holozoic nutrition. The second type of nutrition is the saprophytic nutrition. So what is the saprophytic nutrition? In this case, the food is obtained from dead and decaying organism. It feeds on the dead organisms. You know that when there is a death of any animal, there is a decomposition of the animal. And this decomposition which takes place by the bacteria, some protozoans. and fungi. So these fungi, protozoans and bacteria which are doing saprophytic nutrition, they are absorbing the food from the decaying matter, decaying the body of other animal. And the third type of a nutrition is a parasitic nutrition. So what is the parasitic nutrition? The organic compound as a food which are derived from another living organisms, which is a host animal. The animal which is feeding on the host is called as a parasite. And you know that there are some ectoparasites, some are endoparasite. So those animals which are living on the body of other animal, which are called as the ectoparasite. For example, head louse, which is the ectoparasite. Bed bugs, these are the ectoparasite. Leech is the ectoparasite. So they are living on the body of other animal. And some animals which are living inside the body of other animal. For example, helminthes, liver fluke, ascaris. So these are the examples of the animals, invertebrate animals. They are living inside the body of the host, and these are called as the endoparasite. So parasitic nutrition means what? The animals which are depend for the food on the other animal, or you can say they are depend for the food on the host, body of the host. So this is called the parasitic nutrition. You can take example of the parasitic nutrition is Entamoeba histolytica, which is causing amoebic dysentery in the human being. Then Plasmodium vivax is the protozoal parasite which is causing malaria in the human. Mosquitoes, bed bugs, head louse, helminthes like ascaris, tapeworm. So these are the examples of the ectoparasite as well as the endoparasite of the human as well as the other animals. Then about the nutrition. Nutrition involves how the nutrition takes place in the animals. So nutrition means there is a requirement of a food, and the food which is taken inside the body by the mouth. So you can take any example of an animal, how the nutrition takes place. So in the nutrition, the first step is the ingestion. So ingestion is what? Ingestion is the procuring food is called as the ingestion. Taking the food inside the body through the mouth is called as the ingestion. Then when the food has been entered into the alimentary canal, it is there is a breaking of the food into the small simple particles, simple molecules called as the digestion. So digestion which is there into the small intestine, digested food pass into the bloodstream called as the absorption. So absorption is the third step. Then there is a assimilation. So assimilation is what? Assimilation is the utilization of the absorbed food by the body is called as assimilation. And the last step is the egestion, where there is the elimination of undigested matter called as the egestion. So for this nutrition, this ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion, there is a requirement of a nutritional apparatus. So in the invertebrates, right from the protozoa to echinodermata, there are different types of the nutritional apparatus which are found in these animals. And for all these nutritional activities, or nutrition has been takes place inside the digestive tract, or alimentary canal, and there are different types of the nutritional apparatus which are found in these animals. So what type of the nutritional apparatuses are there in the invertebrates? We'll study the nutritional apparatus in the next lecture. So thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. Thank you.